Deep in the heart of a small town named Millfield lived a young boy named Ethan. At 12 years old, Ethan was known for his wild imagination and his love for adventure. His bedroom walls were covered with posters of far-off lands, and his bookshelves groaned under the weight of countless adventure stories. But little did he know that his biggest adventure was about to begin right on his doorstep. One sunny Saturday morning, as Ethan was rummaging through his attic looking for old toys, he stumbled upon a dusty leather box. Inside, there was a strange, glowing map. The map was unlike anything he had ever seen before. It was made of a soft, velvety material that seemed to change colors as he looked at it. The edges were trimmed with gold, and there were symbols and words written in a language he couldn't understand. The most striking feature was a large, red X in the middle of a place marked Whispering Woods. Ethan's heart raced with excitement. He had heard stories about Whispering Woods from the older folks in town. They said it was a magical place filled with strange creatures and hidden treasures, but also a place where people sometimes got lost and never returned. But Ethan wasn't one to be easily scared. He decided that he had to find out what was at the spot marked by the red X. He packed a small backpack with some snacks, a water bottle, a flashlight, and his trusty pocket knife. Before leaving, he told his parents that he was going on a short hike in the nearby woods, not mentioning the mysterious map. As he stepped into the forest, the air grew cooler and the sounds of the city faded away. The trees seemed to close in around him, and their branches creaked softly, as if whispering secrets to each other. After walking for about an hour, following the directions on the map as best he could, Ethan came across a small clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a strange-looking creature. It was about the size of a large dog, with fur that sparkled like diamonds and big, blue eyes that seemed to hold 1,000 stories. The creature had wings that fluttered gently, and when it opened its mouth, a soft, musical sound came out. "Hello," Ethan said cautiously. "Are you from here?" "Hello," Ethan said cautiously. "Are you from here?" The creature tilted its head and studied Ethan for a moment. Then, it spoke in a voice that was both gentle and wise. "I am Lyra, a sprite of the woods. What brings you to this place, young one?" Ethan showed Lyra the map. "I found this, and I'm trying to find out what's at this spot." Lyra's eyes widened. "That map, it is an ancient treasure map, said to lead to the heart of the woods, a magical crystal that gives life and power to this forest. But it is also protected by many dangers." Ethan felt a mix of fear and determination. "I want to help. If the crystal is so important, I have to find it." Lyra smiled. "Your courage is commendable. I will help you, but we must be careful. First, we have to cross the River of Mists. It is a tricky river, for its waters can make you forget who you are if you're not careful." Together, Ethan and Lyra set off. They walked for hours, through thick underbrush and over fallen logs. When they reached the River of Mists, Ethan was in awe. The river was surrounded by a thick, swirling mist that made it impossible to see the other side. Lyra took a small, glowing stone from around her neck and handed it to Ethan. "Hold this. It will protect you from the mist's magic." As they stepped into the river, the water was cold and seemed to tug at their feet. The mist closed in around them, and Ethan felt a strange sensation as if something was trying to cloud his mind. But he held tightly to the stone and focused on Lyra's voice, which guided him forward. After what felt like an eternity, they finally reached the other side. But their journey was far from over. Next, they had to pass through a field of carnivorous plants. These plants had sharp teeth and could trap anything that came too close. Lyra explained that they had to move quietly and quickly, using the gaps between the plants. Ethan's heart was in his throat as they tiptoed through the field. One of the plants almost grabbed his leg, but he managed to pull away just in time. His hands were shaking, but he kept moving, following Lyra's lead. Finally, after many more challenges, they reached a small cave. Inside the cave, at the end of a long, dark tunnel, was a pedestal. On the pedestal sat a large, glowing crystal, the heart of the woods. But as they approached, a huge, snarling beast jumped out from the shadows. It had the body of a lion, the head of a snake, and sharp claws that glinted in the dim light. "Stay behind me," Lyra whispered. But Ethan knew that they had come too far to be stopped. He remembered all the stories he had read about heroes facing their fears. Gathering all his courage, He stepped forward. "Wait," he shouted at the beast. "We don't want to fight. We just want to protect the heart of the woods. This forest needs it." The beast seemed to pause for a moment as if considering Ethan's words. Then, to Ethan's surprise, the beast bowed its head and stepped aside. It let out a low growl, but it didn't attack. Ethan and Lyra quickly took the crystal. As soon as they did, the whole forest seemed to come alive. The trees glowed with a soft light, and the sounds of happy creatures filled the air. Ethan knew that he had done something important. On the way back, Lyra thanked Ethan. "You have saved the forest, and you have shown great courage and kindness. You are a true hero." When Ethan returned home, he kept the map and the memories of his adventure close to his heart. He knew that his life would never be the same again, and he couldn't wait to see what other adventures awaited him.